Guys, when you're going to 38-inch mud terrain tires, you have two options. You got NITTO and Patagonia. There might be some other ones, but these are the main two tires in the 38 mud terrain. So I went with Patagonia for three main reasons. Stick around for reason two, might be a little controversial. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But again, these are just my opinions, and I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments below. Tell me if I'm wrong, or maybe I'm right. I don't know, I might have missed something. All right guys, I wanted to give you some context to the type of wheeling that I do, obviously in Arizona. So a lot of slow, rock crawling, desert atmosphere, not gonna do much snow, not gonna do much sand even, and then no mud really. It's Arizona. So that's kind of the context of the type of wheeling I go with as far as thinking of what tires to get. So reason number one, I did not buy the NITTOs and I went with Patagonia is the weight. NITTOs are about 90 pounds, Patagonias are 82 pounds. So per tire, you know, that adds up quite a bit. Was it 24 pounds-ish difference? So, you know, just what I'm thinking, that might be minuscule, but you got to think if it's heavier, one, your engine works a little bit harder, so you're going to have a little bit less power. It's going to be a little bit harder on all your components. It's going to be, you know, a little bit worse gas mileage, which I'm not too worried about gas mileage. If you're doing this stuff to your Jeep, you probably don't really care. But it is a factor, especially to some people. So a little bit worse on all those fronts. And again, it might just be minuscule, but I feel like off-roading is like a game of inches. Every little thing matters. And if being a little bit lighter gets me that little bit more power or gets me a little bit more strength in my axles or my steering components, who knows? That to me plays a little factor as far as why I did not go with NITTO. Reason number two, the one I said would be controversial, that's the sidewall. I think it's very well known that NITTO has a really strong sidewall, and you know, that's a benefit, and it truly is a benefit, you know, especially the desert. There's a lot of pointy rocks, you're doing a lot of rock crawling. But I don't know, just my feeling when I've seen people on the trail using them, a lot of YouTube and Instagram videos, they just don't have any bend or flex to them. And I don't know, and maybe that's just me, right? Like it doesn't look like it has nearly as much flex to morph around the rocks as the Patagonias do. Now I've talked to some people, they have them, and they said they haven't noticed any slippage issues, they haven't noticed any grip issues. So again, and I haven't run them, you know, but I don't know, just what I'm seeing, it looks like these have a little bit more grip on the rocks. Now I am giving up some of the sidewall protection, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. You know, I want to create and draw my own conclusion because there is so much controversy, I guess, or like differing opinions on this tire. So that's why I'm doing this video. I want to do a follow-up on this video just to see like how they actually end up running after quite a while. But yeah, sidewall, I'm actually going to give it to the Milestar because I want a little thinner sidewall to flex a little bit more around the rocks. Could be a mistake, we'll see. The third reason I did not go with NITTO is because of the price. They are definitely a lot more expensive. Depending on where you buy it, it's like the high 500s per tire versus mid to low 400s for the Patagonia. I actually knew someone, I got them for $350 a tire. So pretty reasonable. You know, that's enough savings to where I could get like 5 tires for the price of 4. So to me, again, if they're not as durable or last as long as the NITTOs, at least they're cheaper. I can get more of them or get them more often. So price played a factor for sure, but you know, it's not the number one thing. That's why I put it at number 3. Hopefully that gives you an idea into why I chose to go with the Milestar versus the NITTO. You know, you can't trust anything out there, honestly, online. So many people are being paid or getting free tires on both sides, Milestar and NITTO. So I'm the type of person, I like to do my own research. So that's why I said, you know what? I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna use them and see how they do. And I'm gonna conduct this research so I can share it with you, other people who are unsure, because it is such a polarizing topic. People get really up in arms about what tires to run. But for me so far, first impressions, the Milestars have been really great in Arizona. We'll see, I plan on doing a long-term review on these tires. And yeah, man, I would love to get out here. What I really would love to do is get a set of NITTOs and these tires. I can run them like back to back, almost do the same trail back to back. But you know, hey, that's down the road. Please leave your comments below. Have you ran both? Which do you prefer? Am I completely off base? Did I miss something that maybe one tire is better than the other? Please leave them down below. Again, be respectful to me, but also just everyone else in the comments. Subscribe for more. Hopefully I'll have some more videos, updates on these Patagonias.